All right, guys, we are back in this here series. We got Team Freelo and Blasting Burros, and Burros have, well, blasted Team Freelo to another planet because that first game, my God, they look so good. Those invades, aggression, no, the rotations with the rest of their team, they were on point. And I'm also seeing time is new to the team. Give that guy, MVP, baby. So, Team Freelo is really going to have to step up their game after that last one. They had the Hanzo, never were able to leverage it. The Dahaka came on in, got some good grabs. So, pretty good value there. And let's now actually jump into the draft that is going on. Now, my Ev has been banned out here first and foremost. And we got Genji as the next one. Respect ban for time, and he deserves it. His Genji was nice and clean, coming on in. No one went to jump on in, and even though his build was a little wonky by, I guess, like the majority builds out there, he played it well. And we're going to see Diablo once again for Team Freelo. And the follow up is going to be a Mouth and Johanna pick. Extra fast, extra crispy, because that's what Blast and Burrows planning to do to Team Freelo. Because Johanna and Mouth were both in the last game. So they're a fan of that Johanna. Johanna has good wave clear. She's big, beefy, and tanky. So if you're opting for less wave clear centric heroes, she can be a very solid choice. What's interesting is how early they opted for Johanna. They didn't go for someone like a Garage. They opted for Johanna, like without a second doubt in their minds. We're just gonna go do that. And with that all said and done, we're going to see Gul'dan and Stukov. I like the Gul'dan because Gul'dan in the 4-man really prevents a 4-man from aggressing forward or egressing forward. They basically, try to fight you, and all you do is say like, well, we're behind our wall. It's pretty short the lane, and we're going to like dump the Q and E damage on you from Gul'dan. Get those corruption stacks up, or if he actually opts for the Q build, get those Q stacks up until he gets the range, which is good luck poking Gul'dan out. So our next ban is going to be Malthael. It's interesting because Malthael has largely fell out of the meta, which means they're opting potentially to do something strange here. Or they feel like Malthael's a good counter to Johanna. Normally you'll see like Malthael against someone like Barrage because of how the damage works, since it's temp based lately for last rites. Now, they have the Johanna and Mouth. They still need DPS, which hurts Team Freelo's banning because the DPS is much more wide open. I would probably ban out Fenix or Hanzo. Either one of them are going to be solid bans. Like you can see Hanzo in 4-man because you have Johanna there to help with it, and he gets a lot of scattered arrows to dish out on the actual objective. They're opting to take out Chromie, however. Chromie is also really solid on this map. So it also is a decent tool against Gul'dan. Like Gul'dan has the range, but Chromie has even more range. So we're going to see Blaze and Tassadar. So Blaze will be in the top lane, Tassadar in the bot lane, more than likely. And so we might see someone like a Tracer right now. At this point, Tracer is still technically possible for Team Freelo to pick up, but it's very unlikely that they pick up a Tracer. So they could also pick up the Hanzo. A lot of people have been doing that as well. He has decent wave clear Tassadar, and so Johanna, Tassadar, wave clear City, and we'll probably see your choices would be Leoric, Sonya, Haka, And Leo usually beats Blaze. So that's one option that they have. Johanna, Mouth, and cannot escape from the entomb except from a well-placed bunker from Blaze. You could, but at the same time, Leo is not necessarily considered a top tier hero. So we'll see what they opt for, because Stukov into an entomb is pretty potent as well. We're going to see them take the Tracer from the side of blasting Burros and Sonya as their final pickup to deal with the solo lane. In Vala, we're going a little old school here. Vala in Tassadar. I'm not sure how I feel about Vala Tassadar today's day and age, especially with Hanzo still being available. And Tracer will be able to blow someone up, except when Tassadar shield is not on cooldown. Or sorry, when it is on cooldown. Because Mouth will not be able to burst heal, but she also has to be worried about the silence Tracer, or she can try and bait that out. So, based on these two teams, I gotta say, that either one can work. I think the blasting Burros are it's a little interesting. I believe it can work. I mean, Vala Tassadar is a classic combo, and basically what they're opting for is that Vala doesn't have a very high health pool. Tassadar is going to supplement that health pool in two ways: one from the life leech, and two from the shielding. So I definitely can see it working. And after their last performance, I wouldn't be surprised if it's amazing. So we have Hollis once again on the Diablo, Blackout this time on the Gul'dan, Richard Gere on Stukov, Skigum on the Tracer, and we have Tithel on that Sonya. And that'll be Team Freelo. So on the other side, we have Time on the Vala, Tiddly He on the Johanna once again, Pyromantic One on the Tassadar, Zhao on the Malfurion, and finally we got Mikalian on the Blaze. So we're going to see the Warpaint, Pursuit of Flame. So he's opting for the Q build. One thing to keep it in mind is by opting for this build, there's a lot of damage lost late game. Overpower. Oh, say goodbye to Vala. And we didn't even get to see a Vala or get to even know her. That was beautifully done from Richard Gere, Hollis, Skigum, and Blackout and crew. This is why I'm a little concerned about the late game, is because even though Pursuit of Flame increases the radius, it also means that you're losing out on a ton of damage long term. So, first kill of the game, and Vala did not work out the way they wanted so far. Hollis taking a bit of damage there. And there goes Time, taking another bunch of damage from Skigum. Skigum does have his bomb available. He just needs to wait for the shield to go down. But Hollis is going to be going down in the meantime. And a counter kill on the side of blasting Burros. And Blackout just managing to make it out of there. In the top lane, we got a pretty even situation right now. Tithel is pretty even with that Blaze. So this is where Blackout is supposed to shine. We'll see if he does. Usually you want an infinite healer so the Gul'dan can keep healing. We got Skigum on the point, just dishing out as much as he can. Blackout currently at 15 stacks. There's 1 second corruption. They get both capped in the meantime with Blaze in the top lane. Take a quick look. We got Sonya finally getting that back. Blaze is really low. There's an overpower from Hollis into the silence, and it won't connect in time. The bomb as it actually connects to a minion. Hate to see it. And there goes Skigum once again, having those Qs, punishing and building up at 43%. Stukov, oh, beautiful stun coming out from Hollis into that silence, and say goodbye to Vala for the second time this game. Time may have been styling, botting some noobs, but this time He's the one who's getting bodied. So forts have been picked up. They won't be able to really engage for a brief while. There's the battle rage. There's the one good spread with the growing infestation alongside of that. We also have the pulse strike. And finally, Team Freelo regaining control, getting themselves a full Zerg wave versus the very tiny one that you see on the side of Blasting Burros. There's the corruption slowing down Johanna because she had to pop that time. Time gets blown away. Nice connection from Skigum. And another kill in the top lane is really going to help them out here. So with Blackout almost being done here, he's over halfway done. He does have that improved life tap. There's the parting gift as well. Hollis going on in. Zhao is not going to be able to make it out. And there is another kill. Team Freelo absolutely out for blood because they did not want to be, you know, spanked as hard as they were last game. This is going to be an early game for very high potential for that. Tiddly, he has absolutely no mana. This fort is already down to half-life. There's the corruption doing work, and Gul'dan is so good on this map and just in general against any structures. Unfortunately, he didn't pick up, like I said, the extra corruption, but Pursuit of Flame will finish significantly faster. There's corruption going on down. Time not even budging a muscle there. Hollis going on in. Tiddly, he will have the unstoppable, and Time trying to get some damage. Skigum dropping that bomb, but it will not be enough to finish off Tiddly. Time now trying to chase Hun down and dish out some damage. Won't be much more there. There's the shield. Everyone taps up, and now it's a 7 versus 6 situation. Sonya is getting this camp in the meantime, which is, you know, exactly what you want to do if there's nothing for you to do in the lane. You're only going to lose a few minions unless Blaze pushes very hard to cause it to be lost against the wall, which is actually what's happening right now. But she'll come back in time to get the rest of that. So the 7s that were picked up, we have the Soul Shield coming out from Hollis again. We got the Poison Spear. We have Bullet Time within my reach. No choice here for Gul'dan. There we go. Hunger for Power. We'll also have on the other side the Adhesive Petroleum, the Vengeful Roots, yet to get a single stack. We have the multi-shot build, Sins Exposed, and Kala's Embrace. Other talents now, Incinerator Gauntlets, the Nature's Cure, rest of the multi-shot. There goes Hollis onto Time, and Skigum and crew will connect with another kill. Time is getting absolutely obliterated, and this is why Bala is out of the meta, because she has no health pool, and she doesn't have a lot of movement in comparison to like all these new heroes like Phoenix and Hanzo. So while I was trying to finish up, we had the Blessed Momentum and Psionic Projection. Time is going to have to slow down because he is sitting at 4 deaths at the moment. We have Gul'dan sitting at 20k, and he is on top of those charts right now. Tracer gaining on out time as well. So during the downtime, like I said, what do? Pick up camps, and then you go and push with your camps. They'll have a wave, and they're going to have the Merc camp with them. They'll ensure that they get this fort, and that'll mean that it'll be much harder for Blasting Burros to actually rotate on out. In the top, there is a gank attempt. They do miss it onto Sonya. She will be able to get away. And in the meantime, we actually have Malfurion going down, and this is going to be a ton of pressure on the side of Team Freelo. They are spotted out, but there's not anything they have to worry about because they have a support, and Blasting Burros does not. In the meantime, in the top lane, while we were sitting there watching the camp get picked up, Tithel actually finishes off Time. This is definitely not his time this game. It's not his time to shine, and Team Freelo is definitely putting a kaput to that. We have a big wave bottom. We got Skigum, Blackout, and Richard Gere continuing to push on out. McKillian cannot come on out at this point, and level 11 to 8 with 100% Zerg wave on its wave. We have Wrath of the Berserker, the Horrify, the Massive Shove, the Apoc, and we have picked up the Quantum Spike for the additional health damage. With no 10s around the corner, This could theoretically be game. If they get 2 picks with 100% Zerg Wave, and with Blackout here, to back them up with Corruption stacks on structures, they could very easily end the game. And they could be running this completely back on Blasting Burros for an 8-minute and 50-second or so game. So, Fort going down, Red Zerg Wave is down, their Tithel goes, they don't have the same sort of poke. Time is going to have to do the best he can here. We finally get some stacks, Vengeful Roots up in action, 5 stacks there. We do have Psionic Storm finally finished, so increased damage is really going to be critical here. The Zerg Wave is now down to a little bit under half its size. There comes the APOC onto time. The stun is going to connect with the clans, but it doesn't matter. They still get the kill. Tiddly he really low. There's the shove across, and they have gotten themselves a keep. So they're not going to run it back another 8-minute and 50-second game, but they have absolutely body time this time around. I guess if you at first you don't see, trying again, because this is how you body. 9 kills to 1 this time around. Team Freelo not getting tilted at all, showing them that they know exactly what's up, and they are now starting this boss. However, this is the throw pit. There comes the boss. Richard Gere with a pretty nice shove, sending Johanna out of there. But now they have to fight for this, and they have no APOC. There comes the Rain of Vengeance, and 2 members have been annihilated. And there goes the boss for the side of Blasting Burros. And the throw pit is real, boys. Hollis goes down. 3 members now down. There's a stun onto Gul'dan. Say goodbye to Gul'dan. Blackout will be going down here, and 3 members are now down. Let's take a look at what happened during that. We actually they do pick up the boss. So we're going to skip the replay since this is going on. But the boss does still get picked up. I thought it was actually picked up on the side of Blasting Burros there. My mistake, major mistake in fact. They get all those kills, but they're not able to capitalize on it. They basically remove boss from the game now. And without that boss, along with all those kills, they're not able to do anything worthwhile. So, talents, we got the Devastating Charge, the Mystical Spear, the Fell Armor, the Bullet Spray, and finally we got the Virulent Reaction. Other side, we also have that Bunker Drop to the Tranquility. They're going to be spotted out now, Team Freelo. Tiddly Heat coming on in, going to take a lot of corruption damage and now be shoved out of the fight. We also have the Rain of Vengeance, Blessed Shield, and the Archon. There goes Michaelian. They're now finding out the point. The Horrify will secure it, and Michaelian will be first down. APOC coming out. Zoo not getting caught. No one getting caught. Tranquility being used. Hollis trying to get him, and Hollis will be going down instead. They are still looking for kills. There comes the bomb onto Zoo. Zoo running for his furry, or I guess, feathered life, and Skigum will be killed in tow by time. Tiddly he has nothing in the tank as all of his mana is out. There's the shield. Time though getting really low, and they get the counter kill onto him. Time will survive as he taps it up, and there's a large wave up there. So kill for kill, kill for kill, it goes back and forth there, and it looked like that they may have bit off a bit more than they could chew, but they're actually not stopping. They're letting the catapult push in. They're going to stop this. They have all 5 members up. They have Johanna back up. She'll deal with this. She's not going to deal with this. She's going to run by instead of taking out the catapult, as they now need a fight. Tiddly Heat coming in the rear. Zoo out of position. There comes the ice block before all of his life goes out. The bunker is going to save him as he backs on out. Tiddly Heat is now in the thick of things. Hollis is really low. Tithel is really low. There comes the stun. Horrify, beautiful Horrify from Blackout, and away Team Freelo goes. So they got control of top, but now they're pushing on in. They're looking for the bot here. Zoo needing to top everyone off. Michaelian going in with that jet propulsion, not really needed. They now have the cap. 16s are not here, and they're going to have to hold this as long as they can. APOC coming on out. It's going to hit Michaelian and no one else really. Zoo now in the thick of it. Michaelian will be going down. Zoo's going to be up next. Tiddly, he and crew are going to have to back on out because Team Freelo coming in hit. And Tassadar getting killed before his E can go off. And I think they've done it. Team Freelo can march their way back potentially. Oh, Hollis is really low, Skigum's really low, and Blackout is actually kind of low as well. So they're going to play it safe here, get back the beacons, and then try to end the game. There are 2 catapults in the top lane, and they will start applying pressure to this core. But the members are here ready to clear this up from Blast and Burros. So, got Tiddly He looking to come on in. Tithel going to be backing out. And so this is actually pretty even, these beacons. We still don't have Tranquility up. APOC is down. Archon is down. So those are 2 big critical things to fight here. They don't really need the APOC. The APOC helps, but they don't need it. So they're going to play Ring Around a Rosie. Going on down here. And maybe it's Hot Potato. I guess it's more Ring Around the Rosie. So they nullify it. Still pretty even. They're actually looking to do boss. This is highly questionable from Blasting Burros. Got Hollis in tow, and they might actually spot this out. Oh, there they go. The stun onto Zoo. No APOC, though, and Zoo will be getting on out of here. Time is super low. They get into the bunker, popping on in. There's the Rain of Vengeance onto Richard Gere and Blackout. Michaelian taking a lot of damage. There is the Tranquility up, and Tithel is not going to be long for this world, but they do take out Michaelian in tow. The APOC is not going to connect with anyone. Pyromantic cannot stay in this fight. Skigum is super low, but he has the mobility. He will get out. Time is next up on the list. Tiddly He coming in hot, but he has no mana and has no one else to really help him. Skigum going to kite him around and say goodbye to Blasting Burros, as they have all been annihilated. Okay, let's take a look at that bad boy. They come on in hot, they look for Zoo, and then, well, this fight is all over the place. Got Tithel coming on down. You have Hollis coming on in, Pyromantic, Skigum helping to secure a kill, and Michaelian way far out there. So this fight was all over, with lots of heroics down for the beginning of it, and then coming on in a little bit later. And Team Freelo, they actually haven't finished this game off yet. They are pushing in with 100% Zerg Wave. All members are up. Archon, Blessed Shield, Rend of Vengeance, and Time does secure the kill on Skigum, however. Blessed Chill coming on out. They're looking for the kill. Follow-up stun. Horrified has come on out. Michaelian will not be able to get onto Blackout, and they have cleared the Zerg Wave. I thought they were going to do it. I thought they were going to end there. Team Freelo did not go for the end. Instead, they get some core damage, not much, and they lose Skigum. So they get a little bit, nothing too brutal, but 2 keeps down. This is absolutely brutal on the side of Blasting Burros. They're going to make a semi-desperate play, I call it, because they're doing the boss 5v4, 7 seconds before anyone is up. But I don't think they're going to actually... Oh, no, Michaelian. Michaelian almost gave away their position. And even if he didn't, it would still be... sorry, even if he did, it was a 5v4, which would kind of... try to get him to fight, but it's still risky to me trying to force the fight 5v4 underneath the boss. I'd rather try to take the boss without slowing him down and giving away the position. If they want to come fight him and hold onto your oil slick, so that way you have healing and damage. Rotation coming out from Tiddly He and crew. I believe Tiddly He's been spotted out. Boss is going to be cleared out pretty much for free. Now it's going to come down to a really good game. Tiddly He doing the right thing as a tank. Getting all members there. There comes the hammers. Time going on in. There's the follow-up from Michaelian. There's the shove. And Richard Gere taking a lot of damage. APOC coming out. Stun onto Time, connects. And there is the bunker. He will not be able to get in. Now he does. Time is out of time, running with the Rain of Vengeance. He does make it out. Tranquility's keeping him out. Tithel really low. Hollis really low. All members up. Stun follow-up from Michaelian. And they will be getting themselves a Blackout. Pyromantic trying to get it, but he will not. The life drain of... is not going to be good enough, and in the meantime, the Winions take it. Team Freelo running it back against Blasting Burros. 20 kills to 10, looking really good. Gul'dan managing 75k damage. Imagine if he had corruption. I'm not going to fault him because I think this map, it works perfectly fine. We see 64.7k from Vala, 45k from Tracer, but that was all their damage. You'll see like Johanna, 42k, 39k. Johanna actually doing significantly more damage than I anticipated. Actually, right up there with Skigum because Tidley was in the thick of things over and over again. And he also picked up the Sin's Exposed, so extra damage. I believe all that extra damage is contributed to his actual DPS. He also had the Blessed Momentum, allowing him to use more shield glares. We had the Blessed Hammer, so it's some additional damage, and Holy Renewal. Going across the board, we looked at pretty much all the talents. I'm going to just quickly highlight them for you guys. We had the typical build from Sonya, out of the ordinary. The biggest difference, we had the Pursuit Flame. So we had the Heartfire, and so the Fell Armor, keeping Blackout alive and healthy, not having to worry about too much of that stuff as well. Since 40 Spell Armor and being able to do it from safety is really potent. Additionally, we have the Rampant Hellfire, which increases the damage over time. Finally, we had the Bullet Spray and the Lock and Loaded there. Across the board, the Lurking Arm Root Pilled with the Super Strain instead, which is really good against this team comp that they had with all the stuns. With the Adrenaline, Adhesive, Incinerator Gauntlets, Bunker Drop, Fuel Leak, and finally Thermal Protection. Across the board on the other side, we had Nature Swiftness, the Vengeful Ability, Ice Block, and finally Nature Balance. So nothing out of ordinary there either. Vala is completely out of the ordinary. The Gloom is a pretty good pickup here because of all the spell damage that they had to contend with. In the meantime, and there also the Frost Shot for helping to kite and slow things down a bit. Finally, Tassadar opted for the Kala's Embrace, Psionic Projection, the Archon, Nullification, and Psionic Echo. And so normally I like to do interviews, but I don't like doing interviews for a 1-in-1 game. It's kind of feels weird, and it doesn't feel justified because neither team has proven themselves to be superior. However, Team Freelo is now going to move up in the standings. They will move up in the standings. At this point, they will be number 1, as Team Maroon has had one more game and one loss. So this will make them one draw, which will put them at 4-2, and that'll give them 14 points. Blasting Burros will get themselves a draw as well, which will put them at 13 points. So it's going to be Team Freelo still at number 1, and now Blasting Burros tied with Team Maroon. So before we go,